Chapter 1. A Singular Passion. On the first night of the new moon of autumn, the sky was starless and black above River Forest, Illinois. Soon a cold front would sweep in from Lake Michigan and sink into a bone-chilling winter that wouldn't let go until April. But for now, at least, the wind blew warm. A line of cars streamed into River Forest High School's parking lot, wedged into a wood of old-growth pine trees. Families strode into the hall to see their child, sibling, or friend perform, and all to see her. Erich Zann sat at the piano. She cracked her neck, pressed her shoulder blades together, and loosened her body. Larghetto, slow, baby, Erica told herself as her fingers fell upon the keys. They glided with elegance and ease as she performed a haunting melody of her own creation. Its brutal passion flowed through her body and showed on her face like an open, burning wound. Erica roamed the keys, building tempo, building. She erupted, her body swaying with abandon, and she shot up, tipping the piano seat over. It clattered on the ground behind her. Two distinct yet harmonious melodies emerged from chaos and collapsed, reformed and melded again. Her body spasmed, possessed by the rhythm. She tilted her head back and closed her eyes, losing herself in the music. Her fingers fluttered at breakneck speed. The audience leaned forward in slack-jawed amazement. The song collapsed into formless insanity, then climaxed with a crash. The audience went wild. Erica's chest heaved as the cheers faded from her mind. She was alone in that packed hall, reveling in her own singular passion. Erica turned from the audience's blinding camera flashes and placed the piano seat back onto its legs. She sped off the stage, blowing past every eye that followed and through the swinging doors, stumbling into the parking lot, where the black blanket of night wrapped around her. An hour later, she awoke in her bed, unaware of what had happened or how she had gotten there. Her parents, Steve and Kathy Zann, had found her passed out, lying curled in a ball on the front lawn. Steve avoided her jittering eyes beneath their clenched lids as he lifted her into his arms. Erica's breaths morphed into a sputter of nervous laughter, a manic outpouring of swirling, conflicting emotions. Pain, grief, anger, joy. "Should we wake her up?" Steve asked. "Have her take her meds?" Kathy stroked Erica's hair and studied her face. No, this looks like sleep." "Yeah, sleep." Steve started toward the house. "Open the door, would you, hon?" The Zanns tucked their daughter under the covers and returned to their bedroom. They said nothing, but stared at the ceiling, wondering. Chapter 2. I Am a Jealous God. Across River Road, Ted Berry sat on the floor in the basement of his mother's house. He failed to replicate a guitar solo from an old Funkadelic record. He could keep pace with the melody, at least technically, but the notes carried so much emotion that they defied true reproduction. A deep voice boomed through the speaker as if from a vast dark chamber. "I have tasted the maggots in the mind of the universe, but I was not offended, for I knew I had to rise above it all, or drown in my own shit." His thoughts drifted to Erica. After the recital, she had run off before Ted could make his move. She wasn't avoiding him, though. Something else was troubling her. In the past few months since they had been dating, Ted kept butting up against the wall around Erica's emotions. He couldn't penetrate her. But tonight, Ted had peeked over that wall. It hypnotized him. Ted wouldn't admit it, though, least of not to Erica. The confession might ruin his chances. He had to find another way inside, surprise her somehow. "I could go over there," he thought. "I could climb up her window like in that old Shakespeare book he hadn't read, from sophomore English." He took a shower, threw some gunk into his hair, spritzed himself with Old Spice, and removed 2 condoms from their hiding place behind his bookshelf. Tonight would be the night. Right. Ted stepped across a pile of mushy leaves under a column of giant ash trees, rounded a corner, and saw Erica's house down the street. The lights were off. If she were sleeping, a text wouldn't do. He'd have to climb up the tree and knock on her window. He stepped forward. "I am a jealous god,"